Hi everyone, this is Ashish Kyal here. Welcome again to Ashish Kyal Trading Gurukul learning series by wavesstrategy.com, and fantastic to have every one of you over here. This is Thursday at 4. I'm not doing Friday at 4 because of some commitment. It's a Thursday at 4 and it's pleasure that all of you are able to join in during such volatile market movement. तो मार्केट को आप देख ही रहे होंगे कि फ्रॉम दैट लेवल ऑफ अराउंड 18,350 इट रिवर्स बैक शार्पली, made a low around that 16,620 odd marks, bounce back from there, and you are just trying to figure out कि हो क्या रहा है, यहाँ पर ट्रेड क्या बन रहा है, whether the trend on the downside has started. सोचने वाली बात ये है, जब अप ट्रेंड था, that time many of the people, many of you might be having that fear of missing out in that uptrend when it went from 16,400 to 18,350. In the downtrend, are you having the same still feeling of going from 18,350 to this 17,630 odd level? So agar wahi feeling wapas hai, to this is the opportunity who missed out the rally to buy in again. Isn't that the case? So, but problem hai ki, do you have a setup? Do you have a conviction to take the trade? Is the risk reward favorable? Is the pattern on the chart? Are you an intraday trader? Are you a positional trader? There are so many things to be answered, and not every single market move is tradable, right? So before we move on, I want to know, am I audible? A very, very good evening, good afternoon to Chandra, Amit, Kiran, Sunil, Meera, Mahesh, Rajesh. Great to see you, Gaurav, Shailesh, Chaitanya. Pleasure having you here again, Pranita, Soumyadeep, all of you. It's great to have you here. Loud and clear. I think Narendra has some issue with the voice. So Umesh, okay, pleasure. So fantastic. I mean, I know so many of you by your names because you have been a part of my Gurukul, part of my webinar, all the journey that you have been with me all the while. That is really amazing. And I remember people, that's my thing. I remember when you are here and when you have been talking about or chatting. So I know you are there. So people on YouTube, people on Zoom, if you are chatting, I know you are there. So do ensure you keep chatting. Pulapali did, by the way, fantastic. He took his first trade. Pulapali, if I remember yesterday, he posted across, took his first trade, made 23,000 in this market. Congratulations on that. You are making us, you are a proud, making your mentor very proud. So that's amazing. Firdaus doing very well. I can see Prakash Jain is doing exceptionally well. So I really want to appreciate people who are doing well. Even if you lose money, it does not matter. You have been sharing across a lot of your learning. So it does not matter, Gaurav. Even if you lost, does not. Learn from your mistake. Even if you lose money, but you are open to share it across. That's important, right? So that's why I'll appreciate all of you people here. Vishal, great to see you also. So chaliye aage badhte hain, not spending much of the time. Pulapali saying, thanks for your wonderful course. I'm a graduate from your Master of Waves and gained awesome even today. So do share it across to on the Telegram group which we have, Pulapali. I'll share it on the Twitter. So does not matter, as I said. चलिए मार्केट के बारे में समझते हैं. Before I move on, I want to take a very quick poll today and understand from you, where do you think Nifty is headed from here on? यहाँ से निफ्टी का ट्रेंड क्या है? क्या वो ऊपर जाएगा, क्या नीचे जाएगा, या कंफ्यूजन है? बट यू हैव टू सिलेक्ट वन. अगर मैंने साइडवेज रखा होता, ट्रस्ट मी, 90% of the people would have selected sideways. That's why I purposely not kept a sideways trend, so that at least we will get somewhere. So we know if a doji forms, it is indecisiveness. Doji का मतलब है जहां ओपन हुआ वहीं क्लोज हुआ. Doji का मतलब है अप और डाउन divided 50-50 across both the cases. So that's how we want to do that. And we had a fantastic Master of Waves session this weekend. That's what I wanted to share also. Huge participation, so many questions, curiosity, and I'm sure you might have already started practicing that, having many questions. So don't worry, people from the MOW, we are going to meet next week again for a follow-up session. So I'm not going to leave you that easily unless you get the concept on which I've spent so many years preparing for you all. So I'm going to get that to you. I'm ending the poll very quickly now, and I'm going to share this across. Interestingly, after the fall, still there are 56% of the people expecting the markets to go up. 44% are expecting that the markets will come down. That's a very interesting poll that I would say, more like a doji, but very interesting. I'm going to stop this poll now, and we are going to move on to the chart. So let's now understand the trading psyche. What has happened? Let's get serious now, right? So what has happened is Nifty moved from the lower levels sharply up. So there is a power area at the center from where it simply rallied very fast, reached towards that 18,350 mark, crossed that psychological 18,000 levels also. From there, suddenly there is a selling pressure which started. Whenever you see a sharp rise followed by a very sudden reversal and a sharp decline, can you tell me which pattern do you expect to form? Because if you know the pattern that is possibly going to form, you can trade exceptionally well using options. Fantastic, Chaitanya. Diametric or triangle, those are the two patterns that becomes possible. Subhash, great to see you also. So triangle is the ultimate possibility. The reason being, after a sharp rise you see a sharp decline. So matlab market may state of confusion hoga. That is what we are also seeing on the poll that we just conducted. Can you see that? 56% up, 44% down, which means a state of divided between people, which indicates it's going to go like a triangle pattern formation. So for forming a triangle pattern, we need to understand what are the reversal areas. Now there are two ways to trade this thing. One is for intraday, you can possibly look for shorting opportunities until the support is there. For positionally, you can sell strangle. I'm still saying that. I've been talking about it last week. I'm still saying that because a sharp rise and a sharp decline will usually result into a no net progress within a broad range. Now, given this understanding of the context of the market, ये अगर logic समझ में आया, now everything will fall into place. Now you will be able to apply Fibonacci. Now you'll be able to apply candlestick and apply these things very, very correctly. So let me share across the screen. Let me share across the chart now. And here is the chart. I've applied a cycle also. We are going to discuss on the cycle. Let me just not make it on the minutes. I'm going to go on an hourly chart first. We will look at cycles. We'll look at Ichimoku cloud. We will look at the overall trend of the market. I mean, who gives that much in a webinar, right? Let's just do that. I want you to learn. That's my entire intention of conducting these webinars. Let's go back. Let's go on the chart. Are you able to see my screen? Every one of you, are you able to see the screen here? Okay, shall I hide myself from the screen so that the chart is very, very clear and visible? यहाँ पर अगर आप देखोगे, from the low which started from this low till the top, the trend was sharp. There is an area which we call as a central power area. Now this is a neo wave concept. I was not able to talk about a lot of these intricacies, okay, of neo wave in the master of waves, because I want you to first understand the broader picture, and now you will be able to appreciate and understand these concepts very well. This area, can I say this is the middle of the area of the rise and the most powerful area? Can I say that? This is the most powerful area. Usually, there is a tendency for prices to protect its most power area, power range. There is a tendency. This gives me a broader understanding that this area, which is somewhere around 17,500, should remain protected. ये जो area है 17,500 का, 500 के आसपास, I'm not saying 500 exactly, I'm just saying a range. Right now we are deriving the context of the market. Context का मतलब है what is happening in the market. That's the range. That's the central power area which is defined in neo wave. So this central power area should remain protected, provided it's not a rule, it's a guideline. Now let's measure and understand. So पहले का जो pattern था वो I want to share across, this was wave C, this was wave D, something got completed here as wave E, this is wave B. The reason I'm talking about waves is right now because there were like many participants from Master of Waves who will understand this now very, very clearly. From here, this rise was wave A, wave B यहाँ complete हुआ, C यहाँ complete हुआ, then this could have been a D or an X. If this would have been a D wave, let's assume it's a D wave. यहाँ पर E complete हो गया, F complete हो गया, and this is where the G got completed. There was a possibility, as long as this Ichimoku cloud was intact, that the fall is F and the G might come in. Lekin, given the relentless selling that we've seen, this is the only possibility now. The pattern which started at this point is over for sure at this point. Also, it's a very good indication by in terms of time. So diametric pattern. So I'm getting into the intricacies of neo wave for people from Master of Waves participant. You might not be able to appreciate now. The time required by wave E is similar to the time. So when I say talk about time, I'm talking about this move is similar to the time required by wave C. Now look at that. That's fantastic, right? The requirement of time is similar by E and C, despite the price did not go to the extent of C. Also, the requirement of time by A and G is similar. I'm sure Kenil will clearly agree with me. He has posted a lot of amazing insights on the traders forum. And yeah, by the way, before I forget, I want to also tell you, I want to show you across how to access our free research report for a period of 1 week from wavestrategy.com. I'm going to show it across to you. Just in case I forget, please remind me, because I get lost in the charts, so I forget everything else. Okay, so G tend towards equality in terms of time with A. Over here, E tend towards equality in terms of time with C. Now that clearly indicates this is nothing but a diametric pattern. ठीक है, ये diametric pattern यहाँ complete हुआ, which means a leg got completed here. Maybe this was wave A. After a sharp rise that you see a sharp reversal without a pattern. This sharp reversal, it is very less likelihood will continue all the way and break this low. Very, very, very least probable scenario. It happens, but less likelihood that happens. Because it's a very less likelihood possibility, the only possibility that remains now is A is over, which means B is going on, and we will have a C leg on the upside, which means this is forming a triangle pattern. As I said, in this triangle pattern, what you have to understand very clearly is a Fibonacci relationship. Fibonacci exists from two perspectives now. One Fibo is an external Fibonacci. Now this, what I'm doing now is answers to so many of you might have questions which I know in your mind. You have not posted it to me, but I know you have these questions in the mind from the Master of Waves. I can read the mind, by the way. So यहाँ से एक external Fibonacci relationship बनता है. This is known as external end to end from this point till this point. Now this has a support of 38.2 here. This is, keep in mind. So the support kicks in around 17,620 के आसपास. That is end to end Fibonacci relationship. Okay. Now, if I look at the relationship from where actually the rise started till the point actually where it G completed यहाँ पर, ठीक है. Now this relationship, I want to also introduce a 50% over here as the parameter on the chart, 50%. Now, if you look at the relationship from the wave perspective, this is achieved nearly 50%, but can you see the level? 17,617, exactly the level where 38.2% of end-to-end relationship exists. Can I now say that this 17,620 is a support for now? I'm not saying it can't be breached. I'm not saying it's a wall. I'm just saying that's the level that you have to keep an eye on. और अगर आपने 2 दिन पहले मैंने एक वीडियो पब्लिश किया था which showed वॉल्यूम प्रोफाइल एंड ओपन इंटरेस्ट प्रोफाइल, और उसी के बेसिस पे मैंने बोला था कि 18,000 is not a meaningful support. Do you remember anyone saw that video on YouTube? Guys on YouTube, are you subscribed to the channel or not? If you are, then you will be able to appreciate and understand very clearly these very important videos I keep publishing across. So I have published across a video 2 days back where I talked why 18,000 is not important, because there was no build up by put sellers at those levels. And 18,100 ka level मैंने mention किया था. If 18,100 breached, then yes, the pressure might be there, but possibly how much we have to see. Okay, and now let's go after this information. We know we are in wave B. Shall we combine now open interest and see where is the put writers active, where are the call writers active? In fact, even on Twitter today, I mentioned very clearly about my tweet of with a chart. So अगर आपने नहीं देखा होगा तो let me just share across my Twitter handle again and share it with you all, जहां पर आप देख सकते हो over here. I've shared across this chart very clearly, and this chart represent which I'm going to show it to you now. This was during the market when it was ongoing. I've shared that across. So let me just go to the chart of Go Charting and now show it across to you. कहाँ गया? Okay, yeah, यहीं पे. So let me go to Go Charting and share that screen which shows Nifty का overall trend. So this is the count. That's the level that you are looking at. I'm not sure why it's coming a little. Okay, let me make it a little proper and appropriate with respect to the levels जो हम वहाँ देख रहे थे, और approximately I'm saying. So now looking at this data, the left hand side that you are seeing is the open interest profile, or the right hand side is the OI profile with build up in the call side and build up on the put side. I mentioned that there has been a very sharp rise and good OI that you see at this level of 17,500. So we have a good build up by put sellers जिन्होंने फिलहाल square off किया नहीं है. 18,000 sees a very sharp rise, that is for sure. So crossing 18k requires a gap, sharp pullback, those things. Now at the same time 17,800 has started seeing an increase, very sharp increase. If you are seeing this thing, which means that when do you think is the first significant indication of short covering starting? Which level will be the first sign कि शायद short term low बन गया? यहाँ पर कौन सा level होगा? Think about it looking at the OI profile. Do you think it is 17,800? No, it cannot be 17,800. It has to be 17,850, 17,860. It has to be beyond that. When will they panic? When will the call writers panic? The call writers will panic when it goes something significantly beyond their manageable risk. So they will anyways have that risk appetite, right? So यहाँ से अगर 17,860, 17,850 cross हुआ, then and close चाहिए. So we need 1 hour candle close, okay, above that level of 17,850 and 860, which will indicate that wave B is possibly over and C is starting. Possibly. लेकिन B wave के सामने A wave के सामने B ने बहुत कम time लिया, which means my take is that we might see some pullback, we might see some dragging behavior, we will consume some time. And if 17,600 breaches, okay, 17,600 breaches, then there is something serious selling can continue towards that 17,432 level. So कौन से levels ध्यान रखने? 17,621. If that goes down, there will be selling opportunity for next target of 17,432. ठीक है? And यहाँ से ऊपर जाने के लिए we need to see a level of 17,860. थोड़ा सा लीवे देखे. So ये दो levels आपको ध्यान में रखने basis of what? Basis of OI profile, basis of Fibonacci combined, and with some understanding that 620 is a 50% retracement level. In triangle, 50% becomes important. Otherwise, I wouldn't have talked about 50%. So 17860 to 17620 is crucial. 860 के ऊपर अगर close हुआ, it will indicate some time pass is going to happen. It will come here, come down. It is going to spend time. So given this information, now what should be the trade? For option people, buying calls or buying puts positionally might not yield much. Selling calls and selling puts might be the game, but selling puts requires some brave heart right now because we have not seen anything. So if 17860 के ऊपर close होता है and time turns up, if you know the time technique, 15 minutes पे you apply time cycle. If the time cycle or time tool turns up with an hourly close of 17860, that's the game where you can start selling puts if time favors. So time is the most important aspect for a trader, which is least talked about. Okay, if time favors, this is how I'm going to trade. If that 620 mark, 612 mark is broken, keep selling calls on the upside and keep riding it, because crossing this 18k is not going to be an easy task. This 18k can be crossed if there is a gap without much of a energy. If that happens, then short covering will start for the C to rise further up. But now we are still in B. There is no indication about whether the B is over or not. And to see that happening, we need to see. Now let me also apply an Ichimoku cloud. So what I'm actually doing is what we do in mentorship. This is the crux of all of those techniques I'm sharing across over here. So people, my mentees will understand that clearly. Guys, are you there? I can see Chaitanya, I can see Pulapali, I can see a lot of those. Okay, so there are Vivek, Tarun, great. I mean, if you have questions, please feel free to ask me. This is going to be interesting. Hourly Ichimoku को green से break किया है, which is without a topping formation. This indicates without a topping formation. But anyways, the trend is now bearish, given the cloud has turned red in the future. But pullbacks can be happening. RSI oversold है. Along with that, if I go on a daily time frame, you will see, let me just clear off, the daily time frame shows the cloud support is in this zone. लेकिन ये support लेगा या नहीं, we need to see that. This is the entire zone of the support that you see. Let me remove the Fibo. So यहाँ पर एक support है 17400 के आसपास, which is 61.8 also. And this is the support of the cloud 660, 620. So this is the support zone for now. Without the topping formation का मतलब हुआ यहाँ पर distribution नहीं हुआ. It is just a sharp up move, sharp down move, no distribution. That is what I say without a topping formation. So you know, in the past, if you check, this was a topping formation happening with distribution. This was distribution happening here. So that's the thing. Over here, now you will see a sharp decline, but there is a support lying out there. Also, I put a 55 days time cycle. Guys, do you remember the lunar cycle or have you forgotten about it? Lunar cycle कुछ याद है? I'm going to put a 55 day cycle with a lunar cycle also. Moon phase यहाँ से मिलेगा आपको. Very interesting, huh? Very, very, very interesting. Moon phase, which is called as a lunar cycle. What has happened is, look at that. Okay, Pulapali is saying this is what I'm waiting for. Okay, this was a full moon. This is a full moon, and the low was formed just a day later, and the rally happened. This was a new moon. The rally continued. This full moon, the top is formed and the fall happened. Now that's very interesting. I mean, the full moon was working like catching classic lows earlier. Okay, this full moon started with a top, new moon also a top, and things changed. So this full moon was also a top. Things changed during the downtrend. This acted as the full moon, which acted as a top, acted as a bottom here. The moon again acted as a top here. Now that is very interesting. So the fluctuation is happening between, how do you read this out? You read out in a way that the full moon is acting as a top 2 times. Okay. It is acting as a bottom once. Again, it is acting as a top, which means that yahan se, now the fall is ongoing. We don't know where it's going to stop. Wherever it stops, we might see a pullback, but that full moon again might act as a top. So full moon niche hai, might again act as a top, given the consistency that I'm assuming a two tops, a bottom, two tops, a bottom. So that's an assumption, right? Truly, honestly, that's an assumption, which means something is for sure changing on the moons. Even the Amavasya, you see a good rally happen. So you can clearly say that the moon cycles are working fantastic but erratic. कुछ समझ में आया मैंने क्या बताया? Moon cycles are functioning fantastic but erratic. Now ये conflicting है थोड़ा. What does it mean? Fantastic इसलिए क्योंकि trend तो चल रहा है, वो पक्की बात है. Either a top or a low. That is for sure. Looking at this, that is for sure. But erratic because it's not now inconsistent for forming either lows only or only tops. It is fluctuating. This fluctuation within the moon cycle also hints me towards a pattern. What pattern do you think will this fluctuation result? Triangle. Whenever this inconsistency that you see, a fall without a topping formation, a cycle where you get whipsawed, a moon cycle, you form the low, it forms the top. The pattern that is the only one that results into this kind of erratic movement, I would say, are the phases of triangle. That is what I have seen. Similarly, you can see a 55-day cycle worked like magic. This line, vertical lines जो आप देख रहे हो, these are like a magical lines which worked so brilliantly and so amazingly well on most of the occasions. You know, the low gets formed and the market's low formed a little later, market rallied, sideways market rallied, low market rallied. Wow, a low market rallied, broke the low, again rallied. A typical behavior of which pattern? A triangle. So what I am trying to tell you is that what type of triangle are we seeing? So we have a wave A here, we have wave B here, we are forming wave C of a triangle. This is entirely forming a triangle pattern. So थोड़ा सा clear करते हैं, moon phase को hide करते हैं. So for now it's a Purnima, post Purnima we have formed a top. Superb, exactly like that. Someone even tweeted about it to me few days back, I remember that. And यहाँ से what we are seeing is a triangle pattern. From this low we have this triangle, and from this we have a triangle going on. We completed an A, we completed a B, we are C is still going on, is what I'm thinking as a pattern. Within this also what we are seeing is a smaller time frame wave A is done, यहाँ पर B चल रहा है, we might have a C, we might have a D, E, which will complete this entire C leg, and then we might start falling again. This is how it is looking to me over the period of time. And guys, do you remember we have even forecasted how the budget is going to be? You remember that during the Master of Waves, how the Nifty is going to behave before the budget and by 1st of Feb, and it's actually spanning out exactly like we discussed in the Master of Waves. Right, Vivek? Exactly that way is what we discussed, and this is how it's happening. So Filal, I think I've given you a lot of information. I'm not sure if you are enjoying this or you are getting confused with it. So in a nutshell, let me just explain you in a step-by-step fashion, not to confuse you. Overall, I think let's clear out the waves, and I want to avoid the confusion. I think it's going to be a non-trending market positionally, and यहाँ से you are seeing something. So if 620 breaks, trade for the down move towards that 450, 500 mark. If the up move is taken out, then you might see that. So, but time is the essence. I'm telling you, 860 टाइम के साथ में ब्रेक होना चाहिए. खाली 860 ब्रेक होना is not important. It should break along with time. So only if 860 breaks along with time, it will carry that validity, it will carry that importance. If 17860 breaks without time confirmation, it does not carry any importance. So apply cycle on a 15 minute chart, and that is very important. Chandrasekhar is saying, I'm observing drastic changes in the market in these cycles. Exactly. 61 or entire rise and fall. I'm not sure. 61, what exactly are you talking, Kapil? So let me now explain you. So we are at a very important juncture. Opportunity as of now, as per the candlestick and the bar technique, is negative because we have not closed above the previous high. If I go on an hourly candle, look at an hourly candle, we are taken out that high in the 15 minutes, but that is not relevant. So we need to see that happened once here. False move, just one candle. Opening candle के नीचे मैंने सुबह ही ट्वीट किया, if the opening candle low breaks, the trend was down. यहाँ पर pull back आ सकता था. We could have got 30-40 points on the upside, but that did not happen. And again, the trend was down. So the overall trend is down as of now, but broader till budget, we are going to move in a range, is what I think, looking at the markets. Now, I want to also share across the how do you access this research report that I am talking about, which is free for a week. I don't want you to miss out on this amazing opportunity of accessing this research report. Do you want to do that? So what you have to do for accessing this research report, I'm going to share the screen across, hide myself again here. You just have to go to wavestrategy.com. आप अभी भी कर सकते हैं. wavestrategy.com पे आप अगर नीचे स्क्रॉल करेंगे, यहाँ पर साइन अप नाउ एंड एक्सेस फ्री रिपोर्ट लिखा है. यहाँ पे क्लिक करना है. As soon as you click, you will be taken to the page where you just have to enter your name, email ID, phone number, and details. Once you do that, you will be able to log in on the website. And once you log in, I'll just show you how it will look like. You will be having a product which will be assigned to you. Okay. So let me just go on another screen where I've already logged in. So you can simply go here. If you already have an account, you still have to create your user ID password so that the product will be allocated to you. Once you log in, you will see a My Library. After you click that, you can then go down here and you will see Equity Research Report as a product which is assigned. It's open for all for a week. Everyone can use that. It's for every single person, my mentees, my followers, for all of those. यहाँ traders gurukul है जहाँ communication is any discussion is anyways going on. From here you can simply go here, click on view product. Once you click on the view product, you will be able to access that research report clicking here. So once you access the report, you will get all the research and everything on the right hand side, from where you can download it. So you can see the latest report from here, and this is for you all. I want to share across when market is at such crucial juncture. I mean, you can see people are really liking it. Vivek is here mentioning, Ramlingan is mentioning, Rohit, love your analysis, all of those is mentioned. So this is for a week. So, and in the My Library section, you can see those products once you log in. So your login is here. You can see My Library. You can log out from here. So these things are done. Isn't that interesting, guys? I mean, you will love this thing. The report which will help you to enhance your learning about waves, enhance about time cycles, about stocks, about index, all of those things. So before we move on, I just want to take a very quick poll. We have a mentorship which is starting by the end of March. The reason I'm saying it is starting end of March, we are going to have free session for mentorship also this time. So which path to your financial freedom? I'm launching a poll. यहाँ पर मैंने एक पोल लॉन्च किया है जो ऑप्शन ट्रेडिंग के बारे में अगर आपको जानना है, if you want to be a part of option trading program, Master of Waves already just happened, or combine both option trading with Master of Waves, yeah, mentorship. So mentorship is starting by March end, I would say, not April, because we want to have a pre-session. So 2nd April is the Saturday where we will have a mentorship starting, but we will have pre-session in March end. So essentially it's starting in March end, that way. Any questions, please? I think I've discussed a lot of things today on the chart. I'm going to also, this is available, so people on YouTube, ensure that you are following my YouTube channel, you can subscribe to that so that you will be able to get a lot of insights on those things. So Ankur, the 55-day cycle, as I said, is what I have been using for some time, and it has worked fantastic. How to register for the mentorship program? That's the question. You can simply click on the link. You will get all of the information there. Simply fill up the form, and we will set you up for this mentorship. So, which will cover all of the trainings that I'm talking about. Okay. Fair enough. View on Bank Nifty. अरे मेरे research report से मिल जाएगा. So let's you refer the research report which will share the view on Bank Nifty and Nifty. That is, I think, is fantastic. When are we meeting? Riz, are you asking meeting? We are going to have meeting next week, and we are going to be there. So please be prepared for that. I'm going to end this poll now. Kindly show 15 minutes time cycle. Tarun, let's do that in the mentorship revision session. We are going to have a Master of Waves follow-up session next week where all the mentees will be also allowed to be a part of it. So if you're a mentee, you are allowed to a lot of things, right? So don't worry. So if you are a mentee, as I said, you will be allowed to a lot of things, and you will be able to do that. So Paul, अगर आपको वो research report नहीं दिख रही है library में, you just go on the home page, click on that banner, sign up again with your user ID, with your name, email ID. You will receive access to the research report. So you just have to sign up by default, then it will be given to you. Oh, wow. It's like my team is saying it's 40 minutes already. And I didn't even realize when I was speaking about markets and charts and everything. I loved it. By the way, I'm also speaking at China Investment Forum. It's live. It's going on. I have a lot of those things, but they pre-recorded it in a way because of Chinese language. My course on upgrade, what is financial market, has been live. It's done for Birla Institute of Management, and it's fantastic. That's live. And I'll be speaking at a lot of other places also in the meanwhile. So fantastic, guys. Thank you very much for being a part of this Thursday at 4 today. We do not have Friday at 4, by the way. And I've explained you whatever I can. I'm sure you will appreciate that. And keep following me on Twitter @KyaLashish. A lot of tweets I'm doing. My Telegram channel is also AK Trading Gurukul. So be a part of that. And the link for mentorship is shared across by my colleague. Thanks, Neha, for doing that. And fantastic for you all. Great to see you, Gaurav, Pulapalli, every one of you. Keep making a lot of money, Pulapalli. That's important for every mentee to do. Pranita, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.